Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let's take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome to Wisconsin Family. I'm Janet Cresson.
And I'm Justin Riley, and here we are at Wisconsin Granite, and I'm really excited for today's show because Behar is going to talk to us a little bit about the process from start to finish, from the time somebody walks through the doors and they're looking for a piece of granite to how it ends up looking so wonderful in their kitchen or their bathroom. So
Yeah,
looking forward to that.
Yeah, if you've ever thought about putting granite, I think a lot of people talk about it and think about getting granite countertops in your kitchen or something in your bathroom. And they take you through every step of the way, and none of this is outsourced from the way I understand. It's all in-house?
It's all in-house, and so the people who are here doing the fabricating and doing the installation know the Wisconsin Granite way of doing it and have been doing it that way for many years, and so you're guaranteed to get a quality result when you come here to Wisconsin Granite. So
We're also going to cross over into CrossFit.
We are.
CrossFit Fort Atkinson is
Yes.
coming to visit, and they're going to tell us why their gym is different than a regular gym, or why CrossFit is different from a regular gym.
yeah, it's really, CrossFit is for people of any age, any ability. You don't have to be, a star athlete in order to participate. And if you're interested in being a star athlete, they can help get you there. They can meet you where you're at and take you where you want to go. So we'll learn a little bit about that.
Speaking of being a star, Zenith Hospitality Group is going to visit and tell us how to get a special event off the ground or make your special event a little more special.
They do a lot of different things. I mean, they have quite a plethora, if you will, of different things that they do, including, private jets, event planning, valet, I mean, you name it. So if you need help planning an event, give them a call. So we'll talk with Eric a little bit later. Actually, that's coming up right after the break.
It is. I'm looking forward to that. I wouldn't mind a little planning for a vacation myself.
There you go. Well, stick with us. We'll be right back here on Wisconsin Family.
'Cause every day is a new day. Every day is a new day.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We are here at Wisconsin Granite and are eager to learn about some of the things that they have to offer later on in the show, so I hope you stick around. But first, if you're thinking about traveling or really throwing any kind of party or anything like that,
Exactly.
you'll want to stick around because I'm joined now by Eric Salzwedel from Zenith Hospitality Group. How are you, Eric?
Doing good yourself?
Good to see you again.
Yeah.
So for those watching who may not know about Zenith Hospitality Group, tell us a little bit more about what you guys have to offer.
Yeah, so we do offer a slew of things, and that includes limo rental, from valet service to private jet to event and wedding planning. So a handful of things that anyone might be looking for a special event we can take care of.
Okay, all right, that's very good. And is there something right now that a lot of people are coming to you for?
Yeah, right now actually some people going into this fall and already thinking, I know it was just the beginning of summer here, but some
Right.
people are thinking, well, what am I going to do during this winter, or even going into next year, and thinking like, where would I like to travel? One of the other things that we do offer is travel service.
Okay.
So if someone is looking to go on a vacation, an all-inclusive place where it's going to continue to stay warm come winter here in Wisconsin, some people are starting to inquire about that and look at different locations that they might want to go. So between that, right now a lot of events happening during this summer and this fall that people are also looking for those limo services as well.
Okay, so when you talk about being a travel service, you're talking about like a travel agency.
Yes.
You guys are travel agents.
Yes.
Okay, that's very cool. And tell us a little bit more about how you take care of travels for individuals and couples and groups.
Yeah, whatever the case may be, if it's maybe you and a spouse, or if it's you and a significant other, or maybe it's just you and a whole bunch of friends that want to get out. We can take care of everything from your flight to the places you want to look at, even if you're kind of indecisive. I had just had an engagement couple reach out to me and say, hey, we're actually looking at 2 different places, different parts of the world. We're not sure what we want to do. But they came to me and looking at a specific date, what time they want to go, but what are the prices for flights and for the stay,
Sure.
and where would they like to go. And so trying to help them find that out. But also transportation, because we can also take care of transportation to and from the airport here in Wisconsin, and then to and from the airport wherever they may be going as well.
That's good to know that that's taken care of, because I think that's something that people often don't think about until it's almost time to leave for the flight. It's like, oh, wait a minute, where are we going to park the car? I mean, how are we going to get there, and that kind of thing.
Exactly, and we can take care of that. So like I said, whether it's a group, in fact, actually I just had a friend of mine reach out and said, hey, we're actually going out to Vegas, and we just want the transportation just simply to and from the airport. We don't need anything else. We actually have everything already taken care of, and so we're going to help them get a limo for 8 or 10 people to and from the airport, just to kind of ride in style and feel a little extra special.
Riding in style. So I got to ask this. This is a little bit of a curveball for you.
All
but there's so many online resources now for people to search for, the ideal flight, the ideal hotel room, the ideal transportation, what have you. What makes working with a travel agent appealing? What can you do for folks that they can't do on their own on the internet?
I think a little bit of that takes away from the stress of and the time that you have to put into finding, because there are a lot of resources.
Right.
And definitely people can still look at those resources. We can always match that.
Sure.
If anything, we can kind of look and try to help make sure that we can even try to beat that price.
Okay.
And I can take away the stress of like, hey, this is where I'm looking, but I don't have to spend hours upon hours
Right.
of the research and wait, I think this other site was a little bit cheaper, and was the flight and jumping back and forth, and did I save it in my
Right.
browser, whatever the case may be.
Right.
Just takes a little bit away from the stress and the time that,
Sure.
that goes into that research.
Sure, because you guys have the experience and you kind of know where to look and what to look for versus, Joe consumer maybe doesn't have that experience.
Exactly, and it could even be like the time that some people might be looking to go. We were just looking at a trip to Mexico for 2 people, round trip to a 4-star all-inclusive resort coming up this October. That is $2,000 for 2 people, round trip with airfare. That's
Wow.
$1,000 a person for airfare, and for a 4-star all-inclusive, all you can eat and drink. That's kind of a good deal in October. I mean, it's okay still here, but
Sure. that is kind of a good deal.
It is.
We should get together and talk after the show.
we can for sure.
So if someone right now is watching and they're planning or thinking about putting on an event, because you guys also do events as well, how
Yes.
can you help?
Yeah, so really from start to finish. I have people from even weddings that right now that are like, hey, we're looking to get married the fall of 2018. That might need start to finish help.
Yeah.
And there are some people that are like, hey, I'm just looking to put on this type of anniversary party, or even a bachelor party, or whatever the case may be. Like, I have no idea what to do. We're looking for decorations. Hey, we're just looking for we have everything set up. We're looking for a caterer, or hey, we're just trying to look for a good venue. Whatever the case may be, we can help, even if it's just the partial, or hey, we just want to add a limo to our special event. Whatever the case, we can help out, find those vendors, take off that stress of research as well. So
Wow. Limousine, valet, travel service, private jet, and event planning. You guys do it all.
a little bit of everything. Whatever you need, we can take care of.
All right. Well, Eric Salzwedel, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thanks for having me.
Eric Salzwedel joined us from Zenith Hospitality Group. And don't go away. There's more Wisconsin Family coming up after the break right here at Wisconsin Granite. Stick around.
'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We are here at Wisconsin Granite, and we're excited to learn a little bit about their process later on in the show. So that'll be pretty exciting, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'll learn a thing or 2, or maybe even 3.
There you go. Well, if you've been watching Channel 57 for the past couple of weeks, you may have seen a show called Wisconsin CrossFit. It's because we are Madison is hosting the CrossFit Games, I should say, and we have 2 folks from the world of CrossFit here. This is Trent Simmons and Brady Sexton. How are you guys?
Good. Good. Thanks for having us.
Awesome. And you guys are from CrossFit in Fort Atkinson, so thanks for coming out today. We appreciate it. Let's talk a little bit about where exactly you're located, but also what is CrossFit and how is it different from a regular gym?
Yeah, so we're located in southern Wisconsin. We're kind of in that middle zone right between Milwaukee and Madison, kind of no man's land. But yeah, Fort Atkinson, and then what makes us different from any other gym is our community. So we tend to work out in big groups, in class settings. And I think that is the big separator between CrossFit and then going to just a normal gym where you just kind of put in your hour and leave. It's the community aspect.
So people, I'm guessing that people who come in, you pretty much know everybody who, not just you guys, but the other folks who are coming in know everybody else who are coming in as
Right,
well.
yeah. So we get a lot of people that come in at the same time every day.
Right.
A lot of people that come in, our 5 or 6 a.m. time.
Sure.
And they really get to form groups, become friends, hang out outside the gym. And I think that's one of the things that's definitely unique to CrossFit is building the friendships as well as working out together.
What kind of folks are these? Are they young folks, at all ages? What kind of person joins your facility?
Yeah, actually all ages. So my mom does it. She's 65 years old. She's the
Shout
oldest,
out, Mom.
Shout out, Mom. She's the oldest member at her gym. She probably didn't want me to say that, but and then we have teens, right? We just started doing teen combines, so freshmen, sophomore, high schoolers, they're doing it. So
Okay, so that's really encouraging. I think when people see CrossFit, some of the clips you see on TV, it looks pretty extreme. So the thought of your mom doing it is really awesome. Do you have to be in shape to get started, or can you start with someone that's like brand new?
Right, yeah. So we actually recently started what we call our intro or our challenge classes. And so that's pretty much geared towards people that have never done CrossFit before, maybe even haven't worked out in years. And we pretty much start at the basics and work our way up from there. Just getting them comfortable with working out, and we'll have anything from those people, which we coach and lead, to our more advanced athletes, all working out together eventually at the same times, and we're able to make it work within the same hour for those people.
Oh, good. Not only is that reassuring for someone that's really new, but that's important, I suppose, because there's a lot of technique involved, and no one wants an injury.
yeah, a good way to kind of put it in perspective is what you see on the Olympics. You've maybe competed in track and field, and what they're doing on the Olympics is the world stage. So that's what a lot of people are seeing on ESPN, are the best CrossFit athletes in the world doing this, and it looks really intense. But when you come in and you do it at your own pace, at your own abilities, it's,
There's hope for the rest of us.
Right.
So, I think a lot of times what inhibits people from starting any sort of exercise routine or workout regime is that they maybe have an injury, an old sports injury or something like that. Are they still able to can you make modifications for folks like that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we can scale anything out. Any movement can be changed. A lot of times we'll have kind of our plan for the day, what the workout's going to be, and because we're always there coaching each athlete, each person, they'll come up to us and say, hey, I have this going on with my shoulder or this going on with my leg, what can I switch out? And pretty quickly we're able to change out the workout so they can still get the goal of the day, get the conditioning piece in, but they're able to avoid furthering an injury or avoid an injury. So
Sure.
How great is that? Because keeping that momentum going is so important. Once you take a break, sometimes it can be really tough to get back into it.
Yeah, I think it's huge to keep the person moving, keep them involved. If we can keep them there through an injury, whether even if it happened outside the gym, whatever it is, to keep them moving, keep them active, and then keep them with the community and their friends, it is huge, because it's harder to come back, after you've been gone.
Absolutely. If you had to choose one stigma about CrossFit, what would you guys say that might be? What would you like to talk about?
I think the one is that CrossFit is dangerous. It would be the biggest one. So I don't think what people realize is, it's all about the coaching and receiving the good coaching. So no matter what sport you're playing, because CrossFit is a sport or can be looked at as a sport, it's just like anything else. There is a chance of injury, but if you have the right coaches, the right people looking out for you, that risk is minimal, and we're able to take care of that for the people.
Because you're taught how to do it properly. You're not just
Right.
going in and doing the extreme things right away. I mean, you're kind of built up to
Exactly,
that.
and that's kind of like a spin-off where you're saying what separates CrossFit from a local gym membership is that you are getting that coaching, that
Right.
almost that personal training, right, where you can scale the movement or the injury if you have an injury, stuff like that. So
Real quick, we've got about 20 seconds. What's your favorite part about doing your job?
I'll probably coach with my best buds here, Brady and my brother.
And your mom.
And my mom. Yeah, shout out to Mom.
Mine would just be the community and getting to see the people every day and have that impact with them.
Awesome. Well, Trent Simmons and Brady Sexton, thank you so much for joining
Thank
us
you.
today.
Thank you.
These fine gentlemen joined us from CrossFit Fort Atkinson, and we'll be right back here at Wisconsin Family at Wisconsin Granite in just a little bit.
All
Stick
the
around.
Wisconsins.
'Cause every day is a new day.
and welcome back to Wisconsin Granite. I mean, Wisconsin family here at Wisconsin Granite. A lot of Wisconsins, as we mentioned before.
Yes.
So we've been filming here all show, and we're gonna learn a little bit about the process today. And with us now is Behar Massini. How are you?
Pretty good. How are you guys?
Awesome, awesome. Always good to have you on the show. Thanks for hosting us today. of
Thank you for
course.
coming here.
So let's talk a little bit about the process, because you have a really unique model here in that customers can literally come to your warehouse, pick out the exact piece that they want,
Yep.
and then you'll put it in their kitchen or bathroom or wherever that they want. So let's run through the process starting from the very first step. When a customer calls or walks in here, what happens?
So I'm very happy that you asked that, Justin, because a lot of the customers that walk through our doors, to be honest, most of them don't know that we're here and don't know that we offer these kind of services. And they don't know that they can just walk through the door, we can walk them through our warehouse, and they can see exactly what slabs we have. So by you coming here and asking this question, this really gives us a good opportunity to be able to tell customers that yes, we do have a full warehouse. It has about 120 different colors in stock. We have different colors that are exotic. We have simple patterns. Whatever really the customer is looking for, we're able to at least point them in the right direction. And then if, granite or marble isn't something that they want to go with, we always have the quartz as well as a backup. So a lot of people can look at the quartz, but typically customer walks through our doors. If they don't have a drawing or anything like that where we can ring up an estimate, we always volunteer to go out there to their house, get the exact measurements, and then they come back, make the selection. After they make the exact selections, we'll actually send out our measuring guy, who's an in-house employee. We send him out to the house to do the exact measurements. So that way we know 100% that everything is gonna fit. Because the kitchen is kind of one of the most used spaces in the house,
Right.
and we want it done right the first time and
course.
not have that lag time in between.
Right.
And we really want to emphasize that they are picking the exact one. It's not
Yeah.
like I want one like that or the family of that. You're going to be taking home that piece.
that exact piece.
Okay, yeah.
So a lot of times, once they make those decisions, it's kind of already set. And as long as we do our job right at the measure and cutting, there really shouldn't be any issues that come up that delay the process without them being able to enjoy their kitchens.
Absolutely. So there's, you're there also to help people select what might go well with what they have in their kitchen
Yes.
too. So, if people can either describe or bring a sample, or even if you come out and do the measurements beforehand, you can help people based on what is in their kitchen already, pick out a piece that's going to be.
And it's not just based on looks either, it's function, right?
It really is. So a lot of times we've trained our measuring guy when he goes out to the house. He recommends things that the customer maybe is not aware of them. Sometimes there's a style of cabinetry that's got nice trim around it or whatever. He recommends, the edge profile be the same as the trim of the cabinet. So it's little things like that that we always try and put into the project to give it that really special look.
Right.
That the customer maybe is not seeing it, but we are.
Right. I'm just curious, do you guys do all the installation yourself?
We do. All of it.
Everything's in-house?
Everything is in-house. The measuring, the fabrication, the installation, the stone selection.
Wow.
If for some odd reason you really can't find what you love in our showroom, we'll always send you to one of our suppliers. But more often than not, anybody that walks through our doors, they end up just staying here because there's no need to drive anywhere else because it's all here, literally whatever colors you want. They're all in the back.
I just think that's so unique, because so many places that do home improvement and have a nice showroom like you guys do and a big selection, you come in and you pick out what you want, and then the company will hire subcontractors to
Yeah.
come into your house and take care of it for you. But you guys just do all that in-house, which I think is great. You have literally everything you need under one roof.
Exactly. We've had several different contractors that'll give us a call to go finish up an install that they weren't able to finish or whatever, and the end who loses is the customer.
Right.
Because they're the ones that are not getting their kitchen completed on time, and
Right.
we're really there just to kind of make them happy and get the job done.
And you get it done pretty quick. Sorry to interrupt, but you guys get it done pretty quick.
Yeah,
You've
I
told
mean,
me that within what was the typical amount of time?
From the time we measure to the time we install, it's about a week to a week and a half.
I mean,
so it's not really bad.
unbelievable.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's pretty quick.
Yeah.
That's fabulous. You mentioned the fabrication process, and I'd love to learn more about that. But before you do, the pieces that you have are from all over the world?
Yep.
Can you tick off a few of the places where these are coming from?
So we have Brazil, Italy, India, some from Turkey, I believe, and then those are pretty much the 4 different countries that we use. I mean, they have stones that is very readily available, and we're able to get it here pretty quick. But when it comes to the fabrication process, so let's say a customer does go with something that's a very exotic stone. We'll actually have them come back into the warehouse here. We'll do a mapping out of their kitchen so they get to choose exactly which areas of the stone they want. And then we just cut it based off of their desired selections. And it works out because they're able to see exactly what they're going to have in the kitchen before it's actually in there.
I kind of need that. I
Yeah.
need that visual.
And that's really cool because, you know, not only do they get to pick out the piece of stone that they want, but they, to a certain extent, get to pick exactly what part of this piece of stone that they want visible.
Yes.
So there's a certain pattern or something in there that makes it unique. You can say,
Yeah.
well, save that. I want to make sure that I can still see that when, you know,
I didn't know
I'm
that.
washing my dishes.
Exactly. And one thing that we always try and focus on too is to make sure that the areas that the customer truly loves, to display them the most. So a lot of times we'll focus on, you know, like center islands that have the most character and the most color and so on and so forth. When it comes to the perimeter, that's where our skill kind of comes into play because, you know, if a stone has a lot of movements, we want to make sure that all the joints match, the stone has an even flow throughout it. And, you know, when we point that out to the customer, then it's like, yeah, you're absolutely right. This is what we want to do.
Yeah.
But it's just so nice. I mean, we've been doing it for a while, and we've gotten really, really good at it.
Yeah.
And a lot of our customers do listen to our suggestions and listen to what we have to say, and in the end, it works out for both of us. You know?
Another benefit of having everything in-house is that people know your way of doing this and they've had that
Yes.
experience under their belt. So
Exactly.
I just want to make sure I get this. So you're getting these raw materials from different places throughout the world, and you're making them beautiful, right?
Yeah.
You're making them smooth, or you just change the edges.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
So it's all done with diamond polishing pads. So we have different machinery and different pads. It starts at a lower grit and it goes all the way up to a buff, essentially. And you just gotta kind of work it, but it's all hand done. It's all hand polished. It's all hand fabricated. And a lot of people say that's the old school way of doing it, but that's really the good way because in a way we hire more employees, which kind of helps the economy around us too.
Right.
And then at the same time, the quality of the work is so much better because there's somebody's putting a lot of work into it.
we just have a few seconds left, Behar,
Yeah.
but I want to make sure that we mention your financing options. that
Yeah,
you
so
have.
right now we do have 12 months interest-free financing that is offered to anybody, I mean, that's got pretty good credit. I
Is
mean,
that a
you should-
special right now, or
That's kind of an ongoing thing that we have, but right now, to be honest, that throughout the summertime, a lot of people are asking for it. You know,
Okay.
they've just bought a house and they don't have a lot of money, so financing is a great option.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Behar, thank you so much for having us today. We always learn something. And that's all the time we have for today on Wisconsin Family. We've been here at Wisconsin Granite, and we'll see you next time.
Clap your hands.